A new documentary from Family Theatre Productions explores the life of a poor, uneducated Irish immigrant who later became a Holy Cross priest and championed a hugely influential message: the family who prays together stays together. The film is Pray, the Story of Patrick Peyton. And here tonight to tell us about it is one of the film's executive producers, National Director of Family Theatre Productions, Father David Guffey. Father, thank you for being with us. I want to start with kind of laying out Father Peyton's lifetime. Throughout his lifetime, he organized over 500 rosary rallies around the world. Why? And what led you all at this moment to want to create this film to capture his life and his legacy?
When Father Peyton was a seminarian, he had a severe case of tuberculosis, which was the pandemic of the day. It debilitated some, it killed many. He was near death, and a priest came in and said, "Go all in on your prayer to the Blessed Mother." And he did, and he was healed, and he believed that it was through her intercession that it came to be. So he wanted to give the rest of his life to the Blessed Mother, and when he prayed about what he could do, he looked at the world around him. And even in 1941, Father Peyton saw that the family was under pressure, that it was being torn apart. At that time, men were going off to war with what we would call World War II. And he thought about his own family and what united them. And what united them in their little cottage in Ireland where he grew up was their dedication to prayer, especially their nightly family rosary, which they prayed together every night. So he wanted to bring family prayer and reinstitute the practice of family prayer everywhere in the world, starting with the United States. So he started a family rosary crusade, and he was giving talks, he was giving retreats and parish missions. He turned to radio and television and film eventually, and that led to the big rosary rallies, which were huge events with 50, 60,000 people, some as big as 500,000 people. He filled Yankee Stadium. He had millions of people in Sao Paulo and in Rio in Central and Latin America. And these rallies were all centered around calling families to pray together every day, especially the rosary.
Father, the film, this documentary about Father Peyton, it interweaves historical footage with pictures and interviews with family and fellow clergy to tell his story and of his power. I want to show folks a little clip.
San Francisco's Golden Gate Park, Father Patrick Peyton drew the largest crowd in the history of San Francisco.
I'd like to speak to you about a remarkable man, Father Patrick Peyton.
Father Patrick Peyton.
Patrick Peyton.
Father Patrick Peyton.
Father Patrick Peyton. I know a man who has dedicated his life to teaching others what prayer can do.
Father Peyton enlisted Hollywood stars, Father Sinatra, Gregory Peck, Lucille Ball, to join him on radio and TV to get Americans across the country to pray the rosary. How did this simple Irish priest convince these celebrities to promote family and prayer?
He started out by going to the Catholic community in Los Angeles. When he first arrived in Los Angeles, he went to Good Shepherd Parish, where many celebrities worshiped, along with producers and writers. Once he got great producers and great writers, the actors then were really interested in helping. So some of the earliest participants were people who were Catholic: Don Amici, Loretta Young, Gregory Peck. But then, after a time, other actors of other denominations or of no faith in particular, still loved his message about strengthening the family through prayer. So even they were willing to help out on his radio shows.
Father Peyton popularized the saying, "The family that prays together stays together, and a world at prayer is a world at peace." Today, the world is very different compared to when Father Peyton asked families to pray the rosary. What lessons can family learn from Father Peyton today? Why is he still relevant?
Because family still matters. If you ask people, if people have children, family matters to them. And everybody realizes the pressures that families are under, the pressures that children and parents are under. What can help people keep people together? What tools can help people be more resilient? What can bring faith and hope and love to the home? And the answer is prayer. The answer is what Father Peyton dedicated his life to. Family prayer, praying together, bringing your hearts, your minds, your words together before the Lord through the Blessed Mother and the Rosary.
Why did you all believe this film was needed now? And tell me about Family Theater today. I know when Father Peyton was around, you all were producing television dramas. People like James Dean and Martin Sheen and so many others got their start in some of these productions. What's happening now?
Well, Family Theater makes a variety of kinds of projects. We've just gotten back into feature-length projects. We had a project a couple of years ago called The Dating Project, which looks at family from the very beginnings of family with dating. We have this movie now about family. We have a couple of other projects in the works, a couple of holiday films that will be coming out next year. This film was especially important for us. We had just digitized material on Father Peyton. We had a whole vault full of film canisters in every format of video you can imagine, audio recordings. And when we started to digitize them, mainly for archival purposes, we realized that there was a treasure there that still seemed so relevant. At the same time, this would have been 2017 when we began, his cause for sainthood was progressing with the Congregation for Saints at the Vatican. And so we wanted to make something that would introduce Father Peyton anew to people that might not have heard of him if and when his cause would move forward with the Holy See.
We'll leave it there, Father. Thanks so much for the time. Pray, the Story of Patrick Peyton from Family Theater Productions opens in theaters October 9th. Visit praythefilm.com for more information on tickets and locations. Thank you, Father.
Thank you.